Hey, Inner Power Entrepreneurs, I'm your host, Dr. Amanda, and you're in the right place if you're a coach, expert, or business owner who's ready to learn law of attraction strategies to align your energy, mindset, and habits to manifest rapid business growth. And today we've got an awesome topic because we're going to talk about goal setting. I know that as we move into November and December, we are starting to think about what we are choosing to manifest in 2024 in our business to have the highest vibe year ever next year. And so it makes a lot of sense for us to talk about how to set manifestation-based goals. And today, what we're specifically going to dive into is why most entrepreneurs set goals that don't create rapid business growth. You heard it in the intro. I said that I'm here to help you manifest rapid business growth. And this is a system and a strategy. I want you to know that law of attraction is a system. It's not just a pie in the sky, sit on the couch in this woo-woo way and wish that things would happen to you. I teach you a law of attraction system to experience rapid business growth. And so goals are one of those things that are incredibly important for manifesting. Here's why. All manifesting means is that you're setting a goal. So my definition of a goal is setting a clear and conscious intention to manifest what you desire. So when you're setting a goal, you're setting a clear and conscious intention to manifest what you desire. So accomplishing a goal is the same as manifesting. You are just deciding what you want, you're taking action to get it, and then you are achieving it, right? That's manifesting. When you manifest successfully, it means that you are aligned in what you believe to be true, in your energetic state of being. You really want the thing that you said you wanted, and so you go and get it. And I really like these simple examples of thinking about how easy it is to manifest a goal when it's a very short-term goal, it's clearly defined, and it's something you really want. I was listening to something a while back, and it was talking about, how easy it is to lose weight for a wedding, and how a lot of people struggle to lose weight when they set, let's say, a beginning of the year goal to lose weight. They struggle with it. Yet, if they have a date and there's urgency and there's a really solid why, so it's like, oh, I want to look really fabulous in my wedding dress or in my tux, and I want to feel super sexy the night of my wedding, that kind of thing. I want to look really damn good in all those pictures that I post on social media, and because you're going to circulate those a lot. There's a very powerful why. And in manifesting, you've heard my formula before. Step number 1, decide with certainty and clarity what you want. Step number 2, take action in the direction of what you want. And step number 3, let the universe bring you opportunities and show you the way. So when we have a short-term goal and very solid clarity and why, it's easy to manifest. It's easy to accomplish that goal. And so this is what you need in every single goal you set, especially in business. And the problem with setting your goals that most people struggle with is that they set them from a place of fear or not enoughness, okay? What this looks like is that you're beating yourself up and you're feeling crappy about something, and so you set a goal to fix the problem of feeling crappy about yourself. And this can work for a little while. You can actually set goals that you are driven out of fear and you accomplish. The problem is it's not sustainable for the long term. And it's really not going to work well to build a business, because building a business is not a process that's going to happen quickly and overnight and where it's a 3-month goal. Right? If you're building a successful business that you enjoy and that you are coming to the game from your zone of genius, you are planting seeds to do what you love for the rest of your life, where you have win-win relationships with the people that you work with, and you look forward to doing your work every day, this is not something that's going to be set from a place of fear. It's instead set from a place of inspiration. So when you set goals in your business, you want them to be coming from a place of inspiration, not fear and not enoughness. And what I mean by not enoughness would be that you're setting a goal to prove yourself to either other people or to yourself. So this not enoughness goes, oh my God, I'm freaked out that I'm not good enough in the world somehow. And if I can accomplish having a successful business, then I can prove to myself and everyone around me that I'm enough. And anytime you're setting a goal from a place of fear or not enoughness, there's going to be resistance. And I'll teach you why. I want you to think about this as well. When you're setting goals from a place of fear and not enoughness, you're not making a conscious choice. You're not clear. Instead, you're setting a goal from a place of probably subconscious fear. And when you do this, it's not being set from inspiration. So what happens is that you start to resent the goals that you set. You rebel against your own goals. It sounds so hilarious, but we do this all the time, right? We set a goal, we take action on it for a week or 2 weeks, and then it starts to flail, and we start to beat ourselves up again, and then that cycle just continues and continues and continues. And then we question, why the heck am I not getting what I want in my life? And it's so obvious if you just look at it from a manifestation-based philosophy. When you are misaligned, you create resistance, which pushes away the thing that you say you want. So misalignment looks like you setting a goal that isn't coming from an inspiration-based place. When you're not inspired about something, it feels like force. It feels like work. It feels like drudgery. It feels like you got to push yourself. Someone outside of you has to hold you accountable. This is never going to create rapid business growth, and it's definitely not going to create long-term success in your business. This is why I teach Zone of Genius business building, because that is an inspired place to be. When you're inspired, you want to take action, because action is evidence of belief. And the belief there is, I love what I do. I can't wait to get up in the morning and do it, even when it's scary sometimes. Sure, you have some down days. It's not like every single day is just awesome. Still, you are on track because you have a powerful why that's long lasting. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you make goal setting mistakes. Okay, forgetting the be, do, have model for attracting through manifestation based principles. Let's break down what I mean by this. You think, I'll be happy and have success when I get there. So once I get to the goal, then I'll be happy. But you don't feel happy along the way, and so the journey causes you to hesitate and procrastinate. Now you're forcing yourself when you wake up, and then you're stressed out, and you sit at your computer, and you don't do what you know you should be doing to grow your business, and then you push yourself, and you force yourself, and then you beat yourself up, and your inner critic gets louder and louder, and then you wonder, why can't I accomplish this goal? And it makes so much sense when I say it this way, right? You're like, oh, well, duh, of course I can't accomplish my goal when I'm beating myself up, burning myself out, and feeling like crap about the goals I set. And so you must remember it comes from a place of be, do, have, not have, do, be. So the have, do, be would think I'll be happy when I have the thing. I'll be happy when I have the thing, and then I'll do what it takes, right? Instead, you must come from a be, do, have situation where you go, okay, my state of being, my be part, is clear about what I want, takes action in the direction, readjusts every day, continues to be a growth-minded entrepreneur who sets goals that are connected to a long-term vision and a why. I seek help when I need it. I believe in myself. I use mantras. I meditate. I have a morning routine. I do the powerful things that successful people do because I know that when I change my identity from the inside out, then I will automatically take action and I'll be able to have what I want, which is manifest my goals, right? Okay, another mistake that we make when we're setting goals. This one is so common. Putting far too much on the plate and feeling constantly overwhelmed and scattered. I want you to think about how many things you do in a week to build your business, how many things you do in a month to build your business, and how many things you think that you have to do that aren't essential. And so that plate, instead of taking stuff off the plate to get strategic and focused and laser focused, instead you add more to the plate. You think, oh, I'll just try this strategy. I'll try that strategy. Maybe this will work. And so you add. And what this does is creates overwhelm and scattered focus, scattered brand identity, scattered energy in general. And scattered energy leads to scattered results. So when you have too much on your plate, you signal to the universe that you're stressed out. And the signal is, I'm stressed out, I'm in survival mode. I'm barely making it. Don't send me anything else. So you don't get those magnetic opportunities because you're sending out a stress signal into the quantum field, and the quantum field is reading it and say, okay, thanks for letting us know you're stressed out. We won't send you any more to do because you already have too much on your plate. So putting too much on your plate causes resistance, which slows down your business growth. Another mistake, the goal that you set is far too stretched from where you are now, so far that your brain subconsciously says you're full of crap. So you set this kind of pie in the sky goal, and it's more of a wishing, very ungrounded, like, oh, I'm going to go from $0 to $250,000 in the next 6 months type of thing. And immediately your subconscious goes into this state of, I have never made any money yet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not sure how to get there, but hey, I still have this goal. And so you create this internal conflict between your conscious and your subconscious. I call this competing commitments. And when you then take action and you start to doubt yourself, now you're sending out a signal of doubt, which then you get reflected back to you, and you get things coming to you that cause you to feel more doubt, and then you downward spiral and you never accomplish your goal. And so, there's this whole philosophy, play big, 10x, all these things. And I like to think of this as a case-by-case basis. If you're someone who's started many businesses and you have a network, sure, you might be able to go from 0 to 250 in 6 months. That's totally doable. If you're brand new and let's say you're just in the flow, or let's say you're even at 100K, can you really 2.5x? What's your plan? How aligned is that? Where is this goal coming from? What's that number? Like, why do you have that number as your goal? You want to get really clear on what that means to you. Why do you care about it? Do you have a plan of action that's scalable? Is this something that you've really thought about in terms of, okay, what would be possible here and what kind of actions could I take? And I want to remind you, you don't have to have the whole master plan. You just need to have a plan that you're going to get started on, and one that you 100% believe in, so that then the universe can bring you opportunities, because you're going to be taking action. And as you take more action, more doors of opportunity are available, because you're signaling, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to open the doors of opportunity. Bring me the way. Show me what to do. And so you want to play with setting goals that are stretched enough to get you inspired and that feel like you're in an upward growth trajectory, not goals that are so far stretched that you automatically trigger this subconscious to say you're full of crap. There's no way that's possible, because then you're instantly going to be creating resistance within yourself, and resistance will cause you to rebel against yourself. And anytime you're rebelling against yourself, you're going to slow down your business growth. Okay, another mistake, over-planning and analysis paralysis. So you just heard me say that you need a plan. I also said don't over-plan. Don't freak out about the plan. You need to have a plan that you can start taking action on to let opportunities come your way. You don't want to over-plan down to every single step and get really freaked out in this analysis paralysis. I've seen people procrastinate through planning a lot. So what this looks like is they think, oh, if I make this plan really tight and I spend a week on it, then it'll work. And really what you're doing is procrastinating on taking action. You think the plan is the action, and it's that you're scared because you're not sure what to do, or you're afraid to start talking to people, or you're afraid to start taking that step. And so you don't need a huge plan. You literally, the most successful programs I've ever created have been done in 30 minutes or less. And yes, my brain works in a specific way. My genius is coming up with ideas and solutions, and so that is easier for me. Yet, I think people tend to overplan and overanalyze and freak themselves out, and they talk themselves out of taking action. And so this plan becomes this safe comfort zone space because, hey, that's on the comfort of your computer or in your journal, and you can just write about your plan, and you can trick yourself into thinking you're taking action. Realistically, you're not. So if you find yourself overplanning and stuck in analysis paralysis, pay attention. You really want to play with a very small plan to start with that's narrowed in its focus, and then take action there. And as you start to get results on that smaller plan that's very focused, then start to create longer term plans. The longer that you're in business and the more clarity you have about your client journey or your customer journey, the farther out you can project into the future. So if you're a startup, make a month plan. If you are 5 years into business, you could make a 5-year plan potentially. You could even make a 1 year, a 2 year, a 3 year, whatever. But you're not going to start when you're very first starting in business. Don't make a 1-year plan because so much will change in that first month that then you'd have to revamp it and you wasted your time. If you're year 1 in your business and you have good KPIs, key performance indicators, so you know how to attract clients, you know how to bring them into your system, you know how to nurture them, you know how to convert them into paying customers, you know how much each customer is worth. Meaning, how much do they spend on your products, programs, and services? So each client represents a certain amount of money for you. And if you know that average, then you know how many clients you need to have to get to your income goal for the year. So that's going to vary based on your stage of business. So set goals that make sense for where you're at. Don't overplan and use this as a procrastination device and then torture yourself because you're not taking action and then just continue the downward spiral where you can't manifest and rapidly accomplish your goals. All right, I want to remind you real quick before we get to action steps for today. If you are liking what you're getting on the podcast, you're definitely going to want to check out the Rapid Biz Growth Roadmap. So just go to rapidbizgrowthroadmap.com, rapidbizgrowthroadmap.com. This is a killer masterclass where I teach you law of attraction, magnetism, manifesting specific to entrepreneurs, and I give you 7 law of attraction steps to get to 6 figures and beyond. So just go to rapidbizgrowthroadmap.com. This is a great way to get into my community. We're going to be starting a Facebook group soon, and then we're going to be answering your questions on the podcast. We're going to do all kinds of cool things in 2024. So one way to be involved and be included in the process would be to go watch the Rapid Biz Growth Roadmap, and then you'll be a part of our community and you'll get all the updates when new releases come out and new opportunities come your way to help you rapidly grow your business. Okay, let's get back to action steps. So here's how you're going to set goals that lead to rapid biz growth. Number 1, you're going to have a very powerful why. And when I say this, what this means is that you are clear about why you're an entrepreneur. You're clear about why you're choosing this path into the future for yourself to create freedom, abundance, prosperity, choice of how you spend your time, choice about how much money you make. One of the reasons I was so attracted to entrepreneurship, I started my business when I was in the middle of my PhD program, and I realized that academia looked like an incredibly stressful career path. From my perception, I was like, oh God, professors were leaving the department and we had this national news fallout. And I was on track for several years to be a professor, and this was the whole identity I had created. And then I started listening to podcasts, and it started to change everything about my reality. And I thought, I really love to teach at university. That was one of my favorite parts of being in academia. And I thought, well, what if I became a coach like those people on the podcast I was listening to? And I could help the world, and I could have limitless income and limitless impact. Like, I could teach the world the things that I'm learning, and why don't people know this stuff? And my why got so fiery and so powerful, I literally couldn't sleep at night. Like, I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I still have the list on my phone where I would put in ideas and thoughts and inspiration, and I just was on fire. And that fire has never left me. I'm inspired today to do what I do. I love being here with you. I love it when people reach out to me and say, thank you for what you're doing in the world. It's really helping me. Like, that makes me cry tears of gratitude and be so grateful for being an entrepreneur. Literally, in 5 years, I've gone from food stamps to 6 figures, on my way to 7. I have created a podcast that's top 2% globally. I have become a person who can have an incredible relationship. I've made up with my ex-husband, who we ended our relationship through me having an affair. And this is all due to what I've learned as a coach and what I teach as a coach, manifestation-based principles. And these principles work for anything in your life. I focus on rapid business growth for you because I know that that's what you want. And to do that, you've got to become a master of yourself, right? And I love to teach the principles, the philosophies, the tools, the strategies to help you master yourself so you can get whatever you want and feel really good. I know what it feels like to feel powerless. I know you know what it feels like to feel powerless. Let's all know what it feels like to feel incredibly powerful and manifest your outer world reality from your inner state of power. That's why the company is called Inner Power Daily. That's why this podcast is called Inner Power Entrepreneur. That's my why. Can you tell the story of your why like I just did? Are you connected to it? Does it make your eyes fill up with tears of gratitude when you talk about what you're doing in the world? That's how you know you have a powerful why. So play with deepening your why, play with knowing your why, play with talking to other people about your why, journal about it, talk about it, record yourself on a video, sharing it. These are ways that you start to cultivate and connect with your why. And people buy not what you do, they buy why you do it. That's what Simon Sinek said. And he was one of the first people I started playing with this thought of like, oh, you need to cultivate your why. And it was so alive for me. And it's the number one reason you will come back to manifesting your goals. Because like I said in the beginning, remember, if you're setting them from fear and not-enoughness, you're not attached to the why. Get a powerful why. So that's action step number 1, to set goals that lead to rapid biz growth. Number 2, narrow your focus to expand your freedom. Narrow your focus to rapidly grow your business. The reason that narrowing your focus works is because, like I said, scattered energy leads to scattered results. So when you have focused energy, you can get things done a lot faster. You're sending a very clear signal into the quantum field so the universe can respond in a very immediate way because you're not scattered. Think about it this way. If you're sending out 75 different messages a day, oh, I think I want this. Oh, wait, no, now I want this. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, and I doubt myself. Oh, I'm not sure if I can make this happen. It's confusing. There's no momentum that can get built because there's too much. And like I said, if you have too much on your plate, your focus is scattered. So narrow your focus to expand into rapid business growth. Narrow your focus to expand your freedom. Number 3, make a plan of action that starts with a very, very small step. Okay. Remember I said, depending on the phase of your business, you want to consider that. Let's say you're stuck right now and you haven't been accomplishing the goals. Make a narrower plan with a very small action steps and just take that next first action step. You can break this down into day. You could break it down into week. If you're struggling with procrastination and not accomplishing your goals, narrow, make a smaller plan of action and then take action on that very small, narrow plan. Remembering, I love what Rumi said, as you take a step on the way appears. So you just need to take one step. Step A to B, not A to Z, A to B. So just take one step. Number 4, take daily NFA action. For those of you who knew me, back in my NFA days, I have a tattoo on my body of NFA. It means no fucking around. Take no fucking around action. You will do this when you're connected to your why because you'll be on fire every single day to fulfill your vision. So take daily NFA action. Critical. Okay, take action, take action. I want you to every morning when you wake up say, decide, commit, take NFA action, decide, commit, take NFA action. And when you become an NFA entrepreneur, magic happens. And it's coming from your inner power because you're connected to your inspirational why, your fiery force within. This force of, it's really force of power and it's a force of magnetism. When you're clear and you take action, the universe can show you the way. And that's manifestation. That's goal accomplishment. Okay, number 5, track what's happening and adjust as you go. This is giving you faith and that your certainty and action will open doors of opportunity. So what I mean by this is track what you're doing and start to make adjustments based on the numbers and the outcomes that you're getting, where you're tracking and seeing what's happening. This also gives you the ability to make more aligned goals in the future because you have those KPIs, those key performance indicators. So just track and adjust as you go and keep the faith. When you have certainty and belief about what you're doing and you're really connected to your why and you take action every day, I promise you doors of opportunity will open. And it's not even my promise, it's the universal promise, right? This is universal laws. It is impossible for you to fail when you believe and take action because you will get reflected back to you your success. Your success is inevitable when you follow universal laws that I teach you here. So many good things. So let's really quickly recap how to set goals that lead to rapid business growth. Number 1, have a very powerful why. Number 2, narrow your focus to expand your freedom. Number 3, make a plan of action that starts with very small steps. Number 4, take daily NFA action. Number 5, track and adjust as you go, having faith that your certainty and action will open doors of opportunity. And remember to go to rapidbizgrowthroadmap.com to get your 7 law of attraction steps to get to 6 figures and beyond. Until next time, I'm sending you hugs and inner power high fives.